Most of us tend to need more than 24 hours in a day to finish our tasks because sometimes the day just isn't enough to finish all the things that we have planned to do. People are making a result of 72 hours in the 24-hour day. So something that they should receive after 72 hours, they're receiving it in 24 hours. In other words, they are doing more than enough in 24 hours. And here we are struggling to make do with 24 hours. Fact is that 24 hours is more than enough to get those things done. You just have to learn how to maximize it. The brain loves familiarity. The brain is so comfortable with what it already knows how to handle. For the brain, familiarity is equal to safe. That's its interpretation of safety because it has experienced it before, it knows how to handle it. And unfortunately, the brain finds the unknown to be danger. So in that time when you're trying to structure things and follow a particular schedule, try to meet up with deadlines, it hasn't seen that particular pattern before. It's not used to it. It's unknown to the brain. So it starts to attack it that this is not what we usually do. Let's go back to what we do. And unfortunately, we have preconditioned mindsets. Our mindsets are preconditioned to move towards familiarity, safety, and what we already know. That's doom scrolling on TikTok, texting that friend, doing things that we already do. Here's the superpower of the brain. The superpower of the brain is something called neuroplasticity. That is the brain's ability to adapt to change. Now, this superpower, which is neuroplasticity, can be broken down into a simple formula. The formula is environment management plus regulated thoughts plus micro goals equals a focused brain. Environment management or external factors simply talks about how you tune yourself out of your environment. You can never escape your environment, really. No man is an island. And I'm not talking about isolation. I'm talking about how you manage what's around you. So the people around you, the noise around you, the external factors, your phone, your laptop, any sort of distraction that is outside you. That is the external factors. One way of handling this is putting your phone aside. So the environment management depends on you and what environment you find yourself in. Bear in mind, the brain does not like unfamiliar things. And this activity here, which is boredom, the brain does not like. And that is when you start to think about things that you wouldn't have thought about on a normal, because the brain is trying to get you back to that default mode of familiarity. And then we have to regulate those thoughts. If you're a beginner at this, you might falter a bit, and there's no problem with that. The brain thrives on habits. Day after day, you continuously do it. You continuously get better at it. Practice makes perfect. It's a building process. It's growth. So you falter at it, you get back to it. You remember something you're supposed to do. You go to do it, and then it clicks. No, I have to finish this task. You get back to it. It's a decision you have to continuously make. That's the regulation of your thoughts. Whatsoever is pure, whatsoever is kind, whatsoever is trustworthy, think on these. We have the ability, the superpower of the brain, to control what our brain does. The third and final, which is micro goals. Micro because it's step by step. You do not have to have a million things to do. When the brain has 2 things to focus on, it's able to release all its energy on these 2 things. Once you're controlling your environment and you're regulating your thoughts, you're able to maximize the potential of the brain on these 2 things. And do not forget, these tasks have to be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. The goal is not to eliminate chaos. The goal is to thrive in the midst of chaos, because one way or another, our world would always be filled with some amount of chaos. This formula would teach you how to maximize that environment and turn your 24 hours into 72 or even 96 hours.